to Samara Coleman. That was a name that we were told to watch for and to try to fill that void. Production-wise going to get a lot of opportunity. Loses that battle against the big defense Singletary over there for UCLA. Blocks now 10 apiece. Free ball for the Bruins. Now one for TCU. Back row trying to clear the takeoff space, and maybe not exactly how the coaches wanted, but the pick outcome.
What a shot from Hendricks. I honestly didn't even think that ball was going to cross the plane of the net. But I love how she dropped her elbow. That forces the ball to have so much more roll, making UCLA be punished, leaving the front wide open on their side of the court.
Hendricks look like a sophomore to you?
Physically, might look a little young, but how she plays, absolutely not. You would never think so, especially by the slam she brings. Just like that from Singletary. That's a Singletary I'm used to seeing play at Texas. You want to feed her, set her as much as you can. She brings that energy to the team when she's on. And watch this arm sweep, how she just snaps so fast. Giving TCU absolutely no time to set up a quality block against her.
Singletary, 4 for 8. You look at that efficiency and say, hey, run more, but it's hard to run out of the middle.
Everything has to be in system. A lot of things have to go right to utilize your middles.
Coleman, too much.
And so UCLA passes TCU right now. They still have not been able to go on a quality run this whole match. Bruins want to hold on to that ball at the service line for 3, 4, as many points as they can.
Rotation with Hendricks in the back row. She does get it there. Straight up.
Oh, and what a shot. Eliana finding that back corner, which is almost impossible to make it drop right at the line. No one able to cut that ball off from TCU. It's just placed that perfectly. And how out of system are the Bruins, still making production happen on that one.
Real scoring run for UCLA. So again off the defense and out of bounds is now making a 4-0 run. Is Coach Williams thinking about the timeout? And he does. Signal for it. So TCU feeling a little bit of heat from the UCLA run. But the Bruins needing this to stay alive to send us to 4.
This is the most momentum UCLA has had this whole match. And they've had a lot of momentum. They've had a lot of energy. But everything is going right for the Bruins.
Day of college football on SEC, ABC. Number 7, Texas. San Jose State will get your day started, noon Eastern, followed by number 20, Ole Miss at Kentucky. Then close out the night, Michigan, Oklahoma, 15 versus 18. Big early season test. Each game also available on the all-new ESPN app. Saturday, SEC on ABC. UCLA run. 4-0 scoring run for the Bruins, needing this to send us to a 4th set. TCU feeling the pressure. First timeout they've had to call on the evening, and that another UCLA point. Coming out of the Horned Frogs timeout.
Everything going UCLA's way right now. Even when the set isn't as tight as they would like it, Eliana still goes off the hands of TCU getting that tool.
Calder Zula's name quite a bit. And she was put into the game coming off the bench. TCU trying to stop the roll. Great effort with the up, and yes, Coleman does do it. right, so it starts with Bodie diving to the ground, the pancakes up, and Coleman ends the sequence and ends the run.
What a run by the Bruins. TCU stopping the bleeding, but UCLA did such a great job of holding onto that ball.
Coleman, heavy arm on the jump serve, straight back over the net.
What an up from Schumacher.
Another over there. Bruins will get free ball look, and the timing just off. Singletary thought it was touch. She was looking on the other side of the net, and Coach Reft, I believe, will look at his player and say, we want a challenge or no? Nope. You got the no-go from the bench. They did not want to look at it. He thought about it.
You can always think about it.
He just threw down the green challenge card.
So for UCLA, the key is holding on to the ball at the service line. You don't want to just give an aggressive serve. You want to maintain that serve. Keep serving at TCU. Go on that run.
Yeah, the longest run's 4 points for the night.
They were high.
At 4 or 5.
Definitely their last run in this whole match for the Bruins.
Azula. Hendricks. Ball just hovering above the net. Scramble play on both sides. Ends with the TCU point. No system swings for either team within that sequence, and the Horned Frogs end up eking out the point to trim it to 15-13 and get the ball back on their side. We talked about important for UCLA trying to go on. A service run could not.
So at some point, you have to get frustrated if you're TCU because you're just giving UCLA points on a platter over and over and over. But if you're UCLA, take full advantage. Go on that 5-point run again.
Probably Hendrickson will check in to serve. 9 errors for UCLA, 6 for TCU, 3 aces for the Bruins. Into the net. That was Kelly. Ball was tight and tried to put some heat on it, as we've seen, but had too much momentum to stay out of, and now a 17-13 lead.
The biggest and latest lead in a set UCLA has had this match so far.
TCU has had an answer for every mini run from the Bruins. Free ball coming UCLA's way. Chance to build on their lead. Everett sent back. Hendricks. Oh.
Calling Hendricks in the net. The down rack thinks she was in when she blocked it. Not sure if Williams is going to call a challenge on that one. I truly don't think Hendricks thought she was in the net. ISO block. Left to your screen. Watch it right here. The net doesn't move at all. That could have easily been a challenge.
Interesting. Good spot. Now 5-point advantage as the roll shot from Hendricks gives the Bruins a chance, and Leverett is sent back this time again, but the outcome is different. The defense delivers for TCU.
The Horned Frogs have done such a good job the whole night at getting a triple block up at the net. Even when it doesn't work out, the footwork that the Pins are doing to meet their middle is unmatched.
Archer go here, back row to Zua. Leverett trying to find the back corner, does indeed. When you make that decision, if you're Sheridan Leverett.
Williams getting that green card over here, calling that challenge. Look how deep this ball goes. That's definitely in, and that's why it's so important for the middle back to not cheat up. It is easier said than done. As a former playing middle back, it's so hard not to creep up, but it's important to stay deep because when those deep balls come, you run to the side rather than running backwards.
You thought for sure in?
I thought for sure in. Doesn't matter what I think apparently though.
By this angle, I think I agree with you, yes. But it does.
Looks like it clipped that line right there from this angle. Again, but look what number 16 is, Clark, how cheated up she was. You want to go left to right, right to left, not front to back. Regardless of the outcome, though, both teams can take this as a reset. TCU trying to stop the bleeding. UCLA trying to continue what they've been doing in this third set. UCLA hitting 143, the highest they've hit so far.
TCU already successful with one challenge, looking to make it 2 for 2 for Coach Jason Williams on.
We'll see a new angle of this
see.
deep power tip.
This is going to be the one.
Oh,
see, I'm going out.
This is, okay, my whole perspective has changed.
We have seen the light between the ball and the red line.
Let's see it again.
This would be a great challenge. If you remember going back to that second set, it was a TCU challenge that stopped the momentum for UCLA and then allowed them to close out set number 2. So could this do the same? It would be very well chosen from the TCU bench if they are successful with this challenge on what was originally ruled in. And a kill for Sheridan Leverett.
That is a very close, absolutely worth the challenge, but it does look like it's out. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. What a challenge. Jason Williams just turning over to his coaching staff, smiling. See, it's a game within a game. The coaches do never want to lose their challenge.
Coach Ref, not much you can do about that.
Nothing much you can do about this one.
Just tip your cap and say good challenge to the opposition, but it flips the point over the TCU side. It flips the ball over to TCU, and they want to get something going and try to close out here in the third set. Can Archer trigger a run from the service line? Where does she go here?
I would say go to 5.
Try in the middle, scrambling. TCU will have to send the free ball. Block is there, but the Bruins keep it alive. Leverett pushes through, fights through the defense. Sheridan Leverett, 13th kill, match high.
Leverett with the kill, but Schumacher with that crazy up, not just keeping it up, but putting it right on her setter's head, opening that offense for Leverett. Love the energy Vince Libero brings to the Bruins. Look at this kill from Leverett going right through the hands, not worried about how it looks or the power, going with that smart shot.
UCLA, 36 kills to TCU's 32. Bruins now hitting 130. TCU's 165. Biggest lead, biggest momentum that we've seen for the Bruins, but long is Briscoe looking for the back corner.
This situation is equivalent to a 2-minute drill in football. UCLA is at 19, 1 point away from the red zone. You do this in practice. How do you handle this pressure right here?
And Evan Hendricks serving. The sit back in the block, finds the floor. Robertson was over there. Defense for the Horned Frogs.
Robertson, who Williams said is one of the most fun players he's ever coached. She brings that joy, she brings that skill, getting her hands on the ball. That's something that used to restrict her. She's put a lot of work in the offseason, and you can see it coming into fruition.
Timeout on the UCLA side of the net, feeling some of that momentum shifting. Coach Ref wanting to chat with his team. Big piece missing tonight for UCLA. Peckrin Kong, she's standing up there. Graduate level player that began her career at Louisville. We showed you top of the show the transfers, 5 coming over, 4 with big name and big name pedigree for Kong. She's inactive across both matches this weekend, but she played in every set for the season in which Louisville went to the national title match. But that's a huge piece, Shelby, that UCLA will want to incorporate over the course of this season.
Kong has that experience competing in the national championship twice in the last 3 years, and she's absolutely someone that Alfie wants to get on the floor as soon as possible.
Okay, so who's the pressure on right now?
Definitely UCLA. TCU already 2 sets up. UCLA had such a great lead, and they're only 1 point away from the red zone as TCU just made such a comeback.
All right, you know what I'm going to ask, too. Got Evan Hendricks serving. Who does she want to attack? What zone does she want to attack?
I would put it right on the middle platform. You want to avoid Lola Schumacher as much as possible.
Looping short serve into the middle. The Bruins try. They'll have another chance. Leverett sent back to back blocks. Defense for the Horn Frogs.
Becca Kelly building a fortress at the left front. And even though the whole triple block is not utilized, that presence is there. They are getting in the head of UCLA.
About how you start, it's about how you close. TCU 3-0 scoring run, trying to make it 19-all with this point. Can they get it? Diving to the floor over the courtside seats. UCLA will stop the run and stop the momentum.
First to 20, UCLA. The first time they've gotten to the red zone before TCU this match so far.
Leverett will be the one handling the serving duties for the Bruins. Kelly off the block. Hits the point. Another kill for Kelly. Second most on the team with her 8.
Kelly's done such a great job of going off the blocker's hands. She does a really good job at reading what's in front of her and making that ball go off.
Another chance for TCU to tie the ball game up. Ball just careening down the net. The awareness from Coleman that saw one land right in front of her. And finds the space right in the heart of the court.
Coleman's 4th kill of the match. Doesn't matter how it looks as long as you get the point. Staying in the play and just reacting. It's all in that reflex for her.
Now at 20 off. Cooled off the block. Urzua.
Really tight set for Urzua. She did a good job at just going with that all-out hit, trying to beat power on the block, not even tricking the blocker, just swinging as hard as possible.
Urzua did not start this match, but has come in and 7 kills on 19 swings. She's hitting the best efficiency, 319 for her team. Robertson will just have to send it over.
They're going to call a lift on Singletary.
Wow.
Which TCU got very lucky because they set the side of the court where there was no hitter. UCLA had a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that error from TCU, but that ball was just too far behind Singletary's head, forcing her to lift that ball over, trying to make it look like a jam.
Tight call. Makes it 21-21. Bodie on. He's had a good night setting. Trying to help her team close out. We are in winning time for TCU. UCLA backs against the wall in the middle. Up. Back row attack. Hendricks. Azua, did she catch tips? She did not. TCU takes back control of the lead. 3 points away from a 3-0 sweep. We will have a challenge incoming from Alfie Ref.
Not sure from Alfie's body language that he thinks there actually was a touch, but this is the perfect chance to use that second green card, slow the game down for your team in reset. UCLA had such a good lead in this third set, and they have given it away to TCU. It doesn't look like the hands of Sylvester move at all. Her fingers stay still. To me, that tells me that there was no spin on the ball, no touch from TCU.
Okay, so 2 for 2 on the TCU side of the net when it comes to challenges. Both have come at pivotal times, and now UCLA needing this challenge to go their way to swing this point in the late stages of this third set. 25-21 was the first set. TCU closed on a 4-0 run. 25-22, the second set ended on a UCLA error. So just 7 points right now, the deciding factor in the 2 sets of the match that we've seen thus far, and UCLA needing this to stay alive and send it to 4. Your analysis, you don't think this is being overturned. I would agree with you.
I don't think so, but I do really like that Alfie took the challenge right here.
Absolutely. What do you have to lose?
Exactly. It's just breaking down the momentum, and you want to slow the game down when your team starts to look rattled. It's because the game is going at too fast of a pace. Just slow the match down.
Here's a look. You see any fingers been back? I didn't see anything.
No, but the fact that TCU still gets
Wait, hold on.
block.
Maybe 1 frame forward. That's what the rat. Oh, okay. I see 1 finger there that. But the question always becomes: is there enough to overturn?
Yes, has to be overwhelming video evidence for the
rally that was up. Was there Zua that's had a very
after review of the call stands TCU point, UCLA will lose a challenge.
If you can't read lips, we do have to call in, and it sounds as if it will remain TCU point. And stay 22-21, 3 points away, TCU. For Bodie, who's been huge for them all night. The match for their setter, 13 dimes, 8 digs. She gets the instruction as to where to go with the serve to try to close this out for her team. They lost just 1 match at home last season, 14-1. Bodie ready. Zua trying to go sharp. She does get the kill to go. Big sequence for UCLA as they will rotate in 2 players. Ivkovic comes in, as does Zayna Meyer, who will handle the serving and setting. 22 apiece. The middle. It works.
UCLA not able to stay out of the net. It's those little things that's going to separate them from teams deeper in the season. You see Alfie trying to stop the bleeding, calling that timeout. UCLA trying to figure out a way to stay in this match, avoid getting swept night 1.
Coach Refta talked about the history for UCLA and trying to tap back into that, and he has a group of players that he said want to make this place what it used to be. They found deep purpose, but Shelby, in spite of the ability to go out and get uber talented transfers in this era, that still is a process at UCLA. While they have the talent, it's going to be a process across the course of the year, but kudos to the team. I mentioned this before, to go out and to schedule difficult. These two teams getting together tomorrow, so there will be adjustments to be made tonight after this match, but UCLA, it'll be big growth, big developments for them across the course of the season. Pick fifth of 18 teams in the Big Ten preseason poll, but it's a process.
We talked to the coaches today, and they said right after this first match, they're going to watch the game back and re-scout, figure out what to adjust. That is a lot of volleyball, and it's hard for the players to try and decompress and move on, but still remember everything for night two. But this situation is what you practice at home. You're down 1 point. You're deep in the third set. You're UCLA. You're down 0-2. How do you respond in a situation like this?
Freshman Coleman will handle the service duties. Her team 2 points away. The 3-0 sweep. Zua off the block. Tried again, left-handed. Hendricks was there. Back row attack. Coleman grips the net. It stays in play. Back set down the line. Big swing. Lauren Murphy. Match point incoming. Are the Horned Frogs. Fans wanted double contact. There was no whistle. So scramble play goes the way of the Bruins. Bruins stay alive. They get to serve. Urzua will be the one trying to keep her team's hopes alive. Still match point. Win by 2. She registers her 12th kill and ends it a 3-0 straight sweep for TCU, number 24 in the country. They got their first ranking in program history last year. They carried it all the way through 16 straight polls. They were dynamite last year here at home in Schollmeyer and in their home opener, coming off that victory over last year's defending champs Penn State. Devastating news of Jalen Gibson. Shelby, they respond with a 3-0 victory. So we'll come back and wrap it up, 25-23. They close out the third set. Come on back, we'll break it down for you.